Hey guys, welcome to First Drive. Today I'm going to take my very first test drive in a refreshed vehicle. It's the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250.
What did you just say?
It's GLA?
How long have we been doing these videos?
Like 10 years.
Okay, you know it's called a GLA 250.
That's what it is. Well, I'm glad you're here, Scott, because I'm going to need your help, obviously. Let's get this test drive going.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we got to come in close on this one because we were looking at the exterior color. What is it, Scott?
This is Night Black.
Okay.
Night Black is one of the colors that's exclusive to the GLA, the CLA, different shade than the usual 040 black. And this came out in 2020. The original GLA came out in 2014. But what you're looking at here, newly designed LED headlamps.
Ooh.
You now have the big eyebrow down here too, newly designed grille. If you look below the headlights, you see a little flare there.
Yes, yeah.
Gives a little more definition, and that has the LED fog lights.
Okay.
Newly designed rims.
Okay, those look really nice. They're with the chrome accents are really popping. What size tire are these?
These are 18s.
Okay, great. So that's pretty much your standard size.
Exactly. If you look at the back of the car, the taillight design, the LED taillight design is a little different too.
Oh yeah, I see that in there. It's very bright, very vibrant.
Your biggest differences really are what's actually under the hood and a lot of things inside the car.
Well, what is under the hood?
2-liter turbo. We've always had that, but this car finally, like its larger stablemates, now has an integrated starter generator system. It's a 48-volt system that replaces your typical alternator and your typical starter in the car. And what that gives you is more torque to the ground more quickly. It also gives you a little bit better fuel economy. And the other thing, the one side benefit, all the cars for years have had that eco stop start system that shuts the engine off to help you save fuel and lights and things.
Right.
When you have an ISG with it, it makes it almost imperceptible. Now, to get into the tailgate area, either push the button on the key fob or lift up underneath the star.
Okay, so we do have that automatic tailgate. Yep. That's great. You do have a lot of space in here. You have, some mats back here right now, but it looks like, under here you might even, you actually do have some additional storage in there. You have a little safety net back here to store stuff, as well as on the other side you have another safety net and some little bungee cord tie down type.
You could strap something in there rather than having it flop around.
Yeah. And what I really love are these chrome inserts on the back here, really prevent scratching on the back of your vehicle, right?
Yep.
Whenever you pull things in and out of the vehicle.
Those load sill protectors are always popular, and they enhance the look of the car too.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the back seat and check to see how much space we got back there. All right, so getting into these back seats, Scott, pretty simple. Feels like I have a lot of room up here. This seat is adjusted for my height, and I have an armrest here. I can unlock the doors, put up my window, and even, hey, I think I can put down this middle section just like that for an armrest if I need it. Lastly, down here, it looks like I have some charging options. I have two USB-Cs, and hey, how about that? A 2-prong 115-volt outlet. That's pretty cool. And on the back of these seats, we do have some bungee type options to store some things. Pretty accommodating back seats. Let's jump up front and then we'll get this thing on the road. All right, so getting into the GLA 250 for the first time here, Scott, I'm gonna go ahead and put my foot on the brake, press this engine start stop button, and that's a very quiet startup.
That's part of the ISG.
Okay.
You don't get there, it just kind of comes alive. So the entire Mercedes-Benz line now has that, and this is the last car to get it. And you can't go wrong with that. You are going to love that system, that technology in the engine.
So what I'm seeing here on the dashboard, obviously we have one big panel with 2 screens on it. And I'm noticing this Mercedes-Benz logos across the dashboard as well. It definitely has a really new look to it.
It does. This is a new design for 2024. This among some other trim patterns, but this has individual 3-pointed stars, not here on the dash, but actually on the door panels too.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So that's a new theme. If you look at the steering wheel, this is new too. This has the new capacitive feedback.
Oh, okay, so all I do is kind of swipe on here, right?
Exactly.
I can really change everything that's on here just by swiping up and down on there. I can click in to hit OK, and there's. I actually have a lot of settings here that
You got multiple designs you can go with. So you can really customize that control panel to show you what you want to see and in a style that's more appealing to you.
So it looks like on the left side of this steering wheel, I have a lot of my cruise control settings there. On the right side, I have my buttons for my infotainment screen, all haptic feedback like you were saying, and you have your push to talk button here.
Yep.
So if I were to need directions to something or access like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, I could do that through there, right?
Exactly. If you had your phone paired up, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is now wireless in this car.
Oh, good.
It finally happened, right? Yeah. If you want to push that button and hold it, that'll let you bring Siri up.
So some other things we want to mention down here, we have our AC controls here.
Yep.
On the doors, you have heated seats.
Yep.
That's awesome. And down below here, we actually have a USB-C charger and a 12-volt charger there. And you have your wireless charging there.
Got my phone sitting right there.
We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto hooked up, and you're wirelessly charging your phone.
Absolutely. And the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, like I said before, is wireless. So we no longer have that plug-in problem.
We have two cup holders down here, and then below that, we have a dynamic button. Looks like you got different driving modes, right?
This is all different. Before, if you remember, there was a little swipey pad down here.
Yes, yeah.
Because this is all touchscreen for the MBUX system with voice control. People didn't really want to use the touchscreen anymore, or the touchpad anymore, because they had the touch screen.
Right.
And you can do it on the steering wheel too. So we have a little tray here, a little bit of rubber down there if you want to set your keys or something else on it.
It looks like you have like a bunch of different modes there. Maybe we can talk about these.
Yeah, just keep pushing them.
So we got comfort.
That's your standard mode. That's what the car always starts off in.
Eco. Obviously for fuel efficiency, I would imagine, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Sport.
That's going to change your RPM level to make the engine a bit more responsive. It's also going to tighten up your steering too.
Okay, good.
For more performance style driving.
And individual, I imagine you set your own type of.
Yeah, you can program between those three modes.
Okay. And it looks like it has an off-road mode on there as well.
You bet.
In the armrest, we actually have a lot of space, goes all the way down into there, with two USB-C charging ports. Down here in the bottom right, you have a little feature that I like.
Go ahead and push it. We now have parking assist in this car.
This is awesome. So this car will park itself.
It will park itself, and now it's a standard feature for 2024.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. So Mercedes-Benz vehicles will all park themselves. That's pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
All right, Scott, we're here, and I see a parking spot right there. So let's test out this automatic.
Do it. Push the button. There it is. All right, stop the car. Now hit the start button.
Okay.
Now let go.
Letting my foot off the brake and letting this car handle itself, but I'm going to keep my foot over the brake just in case I need to stop it for whatever reason.
Exactly. In these automated parking situations, I always advise folks to be, you're the supervisor. You're in charge. Just because the machine's doing what it's supposed to do doesn't mean you can go into check my brain status. And it's going to stop right where the red lines are. The little hash mark lines.
Wow. So my hands were off the steering wheel, my foot was off the brake, and it parked itself completely perfectly there between these two vehicles. If I were to just go into reverse myself, there's something I wanted to show here, was that on the 360 view on the left-hand side, it's actually showing me that there's something on my left-hand side. The closer that I get to it, we're hearing that noise alerting me that something is there. And it's showing me so accurately where it is too. That's such a cool feature. Will that work with a person, is my question.
Sure.
Could we test it out?
Yeah. Want me to stand out there?
Yeah, let's
see if it picks me up.
All right, so there we have Scott, and we're in reverse, and he's going to move back by that light pole just to kind of give us a demonstration of this feature. And as I get back and I start to see him, you can actually see where he's at. It's really flashing at me and letting me know, hey, there's something back there. Be careful. You can see where he's moving around the car right now.
Did it do it?
Yes, it did. It did it very well because as you walked around the car, it actually alerted different sensors. So
Perfect.
That worked out perfectly. Some of the other things I just want to show here, you do have a wider view, and you know, you obviously have your straight back view, and you do have predictive lines. As you turn this wheel, it's going to show you where that car is backing up into. So just really cool backup camera and a very good display of it, I think. Let's get this thing on the road, Scott.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this out onto the highway here, Scott. I'm going to push the accelerator a little bit.
A little bit of an engine growl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are in the sport mode here.
No, we're in comfort mode.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
that was
we're
comfort.
In comfort mode. Yeah, I'm in the sports setting here on the dashboard, but we're in comfort mode. Why don't we go ahead and change that?
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and change that to the sporty mode, and I'm just going to hit the gas a little bit more this time. Wow. Sounds great. It's a nice smooth pickup to power. You know, definitely a very quick pickup.
That's part of that ISG. It's smoothing out the turbo lag you would normally get.
So on my left-hand side, I'm noticing somebody in my blind spot. There's a light that comes on. If I were to turn on my turn signal while somebody is in my blind spot, it's actually flashing at me and beeping at me to let me know, hey, don't go over there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto hooked up here on the dashboard.
Yeah.
Can you show me how this works here?
Sure. We just touch that button right there, and that's my phone.
Okay.
That's my phone.
So we have the ability to access our contacts, make phone calls, text messages wirelessly here, as well as navigation, listen to music on some of our apps like Spotify or something like that, right? So it's only apps that really work with this, but there's a lot of stuff that you now have standard that comes with this Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And how about the warranty for Mercedes-Benz, Scott? What do we have for that?
Every new Mercedes-Benz comes at no additional charge with 4 years, 50,000 miles, bumper to bumper, or comprehensive warranty. That covers everything but tires, brakes, and wear items.
So we're going to go ahead and make this U-turn. You can actually see on the dashboard the G-force showing us where we're getting that force applied to in the vehicle.
And engine does sound really good.
Yeah.
Push and hold the talk button for Siri, and then do it.
Directions to Bud Smell Motor Cars, Greensburg, PA.
Getting directions to Bud Smell Motor Cars, Ltd.
Perfect.
And we just touch go.
Starting route to Bud Smell Motor Cars, Ltd.
So that's actually a very vibrant display, a very audibly clear message on where to turn and where to go. That's nice. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for our test drive of the 2024 GLA 250. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. We love hearing from you. Scott, if they have any questions for you, how can they contact you?
Just give me a call at 724-838-1200, or you can stop by 5053 Route 30 in Greensburg, or go online at smellmercedes-benz.com.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. So until next time, enjoy the ride.